What's the benefit of pre-faded jeans? Now that more and more heritage brands are kind of moving into the space of pre-faded jeans, light wash jeans, you're seeing a huge selection of kind of different takes and different styles of fade. So today we've got 4 different approaches to wash jeans, and we're gonna look at how those fades are achieved and how you might wear them. So the first pair we're gonna look at are some really light wash denim. And as an example, we've gone for Spellbound's Blast Wash. It's when you take pressurized sand or pummel stones and you just blast the fabric with that. So the benefit of buying jeans that have been blast washed like this, a really light pair, is you're never really going to see a pair of jeans naturally from raw unless they're 70, 80 years old. They've been worked in every day out in the sun. Once that blast wash is done, Spellbound goes in and hand fades the whiskering marks. You've got some honeycombing on the back of the legs, and it just adds that extra kind of step of authenticity and makes them really natural looking. I think the Spellbound jeans pair really nicely with more summery kind of skater and streetwear outfits. These ones particularly are very wide and a little bit baggy. So pairing that with kind of a t-shirt layered over a long sleeve, a little bit of a beanie going on, I think it's a really good look for kind of just jumping around in the city, having an explore. There are obviously a few different approaches to this. One really interesting approach to a lighter jean is Oni's Ishikawa dye bio bleach wash. They've kind of engineered this way of using kind of part synthetic bleach, but then also introducing kind of fungi and bacteria into this bath where they leach the indigo out of the denim in a way that produces quite a vibrant fade. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, that's one to go for. If you're looking for more of a classic straight leg jean, you've got a huge range of full count Dartfords. They come in almost every shape that full count produces, so there's a huge variation there as well. So the next step from the blast wash jeans are mid wash jeans. We've gone for full counts more than real wash. I think it's a really nice kind of midway stepping stone between the lighter blast wash stuff and then the darker, more kind of vintage inspired washes that we'll see a little bit later. So the goal with these is really to kind of simulate a authentically worn in pair that you might have done yourself. There's really special effort made here to kind of preserve the darker indigo where that would naturally stay, and then remove it in the high wear areas like the knees and the back of the legs, and obviously the whiskering. Fading denim yourself from raw or one wash can be a hugely rewarding experience, but not everyone wants to do that. Not everyone has the time or the patience to do that. So there's nothing wrong with kind of buying one of these pairs yourself. It might seem quite obvious to some of you, but we do get it a lot where people confuse a lighter wash jean with a non-selvage jean, mix up raw with selvage. Any of these wash jeans that we're talking about, they're all still selvage. The cotton is the same quality. The jean is just as good. It's just a lighter color. In terms of styling, I think mid-wash jeans like this work really well in more workwear inspired outfits. We've kind of built our sample outfit on those classic workwear pieces, you know, a chore jacket, a double RL shirt, some chukka boots. These are very versatile, but they look great. Obviously, these mid-washes are really common as well, so great alternatives are Orslow's 2-year wash, and Double RL also does a really lovely Grand Falls wash, which is worth checking out. Speaking of Double RL, if there's anyone who appreciates a vintage wash, it is them. So Double RL more than anyone kind of focuses on pre-faded, not just jeans, but clothing. A lot of Double RL stuff you'll see custom patterners that give their clothing a lived-in effect. So their East-West denim in particular is really fantastic. It's kind of all of those buzzwords that you get from heritage. It's Tennessee-grown cotton that's then shipped to Japan, woven in Japan, shipped back to America and turned into jeans. You've got kind of the best of the best craftspeople and factories making this stuff. So Double RL keeps their exact processes quite close to their chest, but they do say there's over 50 steps in achieving these fades. You can really tell they are very intricate. You've got all of this beautiful honeycombing here. They've given it kind of an all over wash, which bleeds through with the indigo that's still on here to create a really unique look to the jean. Double RL's approach to this is kind of a larger than life version of a fade. Whereas the mid-wash fades you've seen from kind of full count are stuff that you could potentially do. This, I mean, if you do this yourself, I'd be very impressed. So we like to kind of style these in that same larger than life way, really drawing on the old school Americana that inspired these jeans. Pairing them with some kilty yuccatons, Shangri-La Western belt, and a full count jacket It really draws on that 1950s mid-century look that we really love. If you are looking for something similar that has that kind of larger than life wash, anything from Lee Archives is going to be a very safe bet. They do a wash, I believe is called the heavy wash, which is very similar to this. It takes some of their classic models and applies these crazy fades to them. You've got oil stains all over them, there's mud, they look like they've been like dropped in a bog for years. It's a really, really cool look. So Full Count kind of has the reputation as one of, if not the best brand at producing these fades. Because they're so well known for that, we wanted to highlight a different type of light wash jeans, but it wouldn't be a video about fading if we didn't mention the Dartford wash in some capacity. So we've pulled these out. This is a black pair of 0105s that's been given a Dartford wash, inspired originally by Mick Jagger's jeans in the 60s and 70s, and these attempt to do the same thing. So obviously dressing these, we wanted to really play on that rock and roll look. So we dressed it up with another kind of rock and roll icon, the Shop Perfecto, a gorgeous Freewheelers Western shirt, and of course some nice loafers to tie it all together. So obviously fading a pair of jeans from raw yourself is a really rewarding experience, but if you're into your heritage, you're into your selvage, there are a huge number of brands. Full Count, Double RL, Spellbound are just a few, and they're creating really, really quality, good fades. For a lot of time, pre-faded jeans were kind of associated with a more of a fast fashion high street look. That is just not the case anymore. You can be into slow fashion like this and still get quality products that have really nice fades.